Boom.
Keep them coming!
What's going on, everyone? Bobbybarks here, and welcome to the TLOU Factions Podcast. I am joined here today by Jessevdmuelen.
What's up, everyone?
I always butcher that name, apparently.
Yep.
And we also have special guest Sai the Sai 909.
Hello.
Hello. The topics that we are discussing today are teabagging in factions. We are also going to be discussing shoutout videos, and we're also going to be discussing the recent issues caused by that live update last week. So, hello to everybody that is in the stream. Thank you for being here. If you want to ask any questions towards the end, once we've discussed all three topics, you are more than welcome to come through on the Discord and call in live to talk to any one of us. So, gentlemen, shall we kick it? Shall we kick it off? Which topic shall we kick it off with first? Shall we talk about the live update?
Well, actually, the live update, didn't we talk about that for a bit last week?
We talked about it last week, but we talked about it on the day it was released. So we hadn't come across many of the issues that other people have now discovered because of it.
Perhaps we can start with teabagging first, because in my opinion, it's like a very interesting topic.
Teabagging's
Like,
interesting.
Teabagging. Yeah.
Teabagging, an interesting topic. So, well, my question to you both then, and I want a response from you both about it, is why do people do it? Is it can it be perceived in different ways? Is it there to mock somebody once you've downed them? Is it there to show that you're not going to engage in a fight when you recognise somebody? What's your perception of it?
Okay, I'll start with my perception on it. I think like no one at this point of time really teabags with the intention, oh, I'm gonna slap my nuts in this guy's face. Like, that's not really what I think. I mainly see it as a sort of common, well-known gesture that everyone knows and everyone understands, even though people don't even share the same language. It's sort of multifunctional way of communication, and it's very simple as well. Like, if you were to do gestures, which is very common in Uncharted 4, people can cancel out those, so those are way more common. Like, no one is gonna hurdle up against the wall and press circle a lot of times, so it looks like they're teabagging. But I think it can be used as several ways. Of course, we have like the mean teabag when you down someone and you're like, haha, here, take this. Or the friendly teabag when someone has your back or when someone heals you up. So I personally don't really see an issue with it. Mainly because it's so widely accepted now. Basically, everyone does it. Even people that I don't recognize in public lobbies, they teabag. And so
is that because they recognise you? Do you think? Or
well, I don't think people really recognize me anymore.
I think it's because they're upset that you've. I think it's because they're upset that you've stolen Vaughn's channel.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
So, what's your thoughts on it, Si?
Yes.
Teabagging to me, it's a legitimate tactic. I think it's brilliant. It genuinely winds people up for some reason. It's crazy. Yeah, I agree with Jesse. It's got it's multi-purpose. It's a multi-purpose gesture. But for me personally, I do it to rile someone up basically, because I find it forces them to try and kind of find me to get revenge, and in doing so,
Tactical teabagging.
It's a tactic for me. Honestly, it's the fact people get wound up by it is just hilarious. It's a video game, and you're spamming crouch. You're not dunking your nuts in someone's face. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, tactic for me.
Yeah, but people perceive it as dunking nuts in your face, don't they? Because that's why it's called teabagging. That's what a teabagging motion is.
Tactically squatting or something.
Tactically squatting.
The tactical lunge. I don't know. Yeah, no. Honestly, I think I just find it funny that people get so wound up.
Yeah, what I think that teabagging really makes common in today's age is that it's so easy to do. Just press circle, and you already like you get your message across. You know what I mean? Like, you teabag to the dude that revived you, and he does it back like it's
like a thank you teabag,
basically, and you still get the message across. And it's always fun when you sort of get the feeling like you're communicating with someone by doing teabags. That gives you like a sort of warm fuzzy feeling now, just a warm feeling like, oh, this guy knows what I mean, or like we're on the same line here.
Would you do it in
Same
real
way-
life, Jesse?
What? Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like when you buy a cup of coffee at a Costa or a
Yeah, I'm like,
Starbucks,
oh,
and
alright,
do you just
thank you,
like
just
sort of like
come
teabag as a thank you?
Yeah, where's my change?
That has
Yeah,
changed
yeah,
my life too much.
Yeah. I
So,
just
that's like the same as when people are shooting at someone's body when they're less men, when the guy that was killed was less men standing. Like none of them really are like, oh fuck this guy, I'm gonna shoot his head off or something. Like they're always like, oh, this is just fun, everyone does this, so let's participate in it.
Can I just say why I do that? Genuinely, I actually named that the shake of shame. When somebody is last man and they're downed, there is nothing more enjoyable than when you get that hit marker and their body bounces and your whole team unloads on them, because you just know they're sat there with their controller in their lap, feeling every single shot.
yeah, I have vibrations turned off on my controller, so I don't feel any of that.
Oh, me too.
You're missing out on the shake of shame. You need the shake of shame in your life.
I used to always have them on, but then like now, sometimes when I accidentally play with them on, I'm like, ew, that's disgusting. Oh, what's happening in my hands? But it's so much better without vibration.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So some people recognize your daughter in public lobby.
Yeah, this
And-
is why I wanted to talk about teabagging
Yeah,
really, because
And they decided to throw some bags in. I suppose that they were on the enemy team.
yeah, the
and-
downed her and just sort of like teabagged her.
Oh, what a cyber bullies.
So yeah, I don't think it's cyberbullying. She's not bothered about that, but I always, because of her age, I always try to sit at the side of her when she's playing, and I won't let her go on the microphone and talk to people because she is only 11, and she has a settings so that people can't message her or anything like that. Because one of my fears about putting her in the tournament was that she would get a bit of backlash from people, because I get it when I'm playing in public lobbies.
Really?
Yeah. I
Oh,
thought
you
you'd be better. You're a YouTuber. Well, just because I'm a YouTuber, don't mean I'm good at a game.
Oh.
But
Oh my God.
but yeah. So it's as private as it can be, but obviously people can do whatever gestures they want during the game. And I know you said before we went live that some people who don't have gestures on probably use teabagging as a gesture.
Yeah.
But
Well, of
the way it was done to her was a disrespectful way, if you like. There's that disrespectful teabag that people do when you're in a down state and they just sit there and
Oh yeah.
dunk.
Well, it's always like, I remember this from way back in the day when I used to play someone I knew, and I would get like one down on him. But I started begging. I was like, "Oh, take this, yeah, take this, you famous person. I know you, and now you're down here on bags." It's what people tend to do. I don't think they really were like, "Guys, should we really do this? She's only 11 years old." Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. Yeah, so they were probably like, "Oh, I know this name. I know this PSN. Let's throw some bags in, lads. What's she playing on? No parties or parties allowed?"
No, she plays parties most of the time.
Parties.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's wow, good practice there. Yeah, but then yeah, it's still kind of uncalled for. Like, you can do it one time maybe, but it's not really fun to do it like all the time. I would expect some friendly bags, however, like the one "I know who you are" bag.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be because they think it's you on an alt with all your settings turned off, so no one can contact you or hear you.
Well, it isn't. You know, I do have an alt account. I think a lot of YouTubers probably do have an alt account that they can go on and
Yeah,
and
my
play
alt is
without
AK-30.
getting with mine's Sancho West. Yeah, I think mine's Side 909. But yeah, but we have as alt accounts that we go on and play, so people don't recognise us. So if I were going to create an alt account, I wouldn't create it where people would know it was either me or my daughter. You know,
Yeah.
it's defeating the purpose, really. So. So no, I don't play on it. She's got her own PlayStation. It's in her own bedroom. So,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
well, it's my old PS4 because I got a PS4 Pro for
Okay.
Valentine's Day. My wife got me it for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Yes, she loves me that much.
Yeah. So, what are your sort of final thoughts on?
My final thoughts is that I think teabagging's teabagging, and I think, like you said at the start, we're in a stage of this game now where it's mainly friendly and people don't really use it in a disrespectful way. But I just thought when people know that it's a young person, whether it's my daughter or whether it's a young boy, or when you know it's somebody young, that, you know, there's a separate argument as to whether they should be playing the game, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But when you know it's somebody young, teabagging is called teabagging because of what it is. And my daughter doesn't understand where teabagging, the name teabagging, comes from. She's not at that age yet where she knows things like that.
Maybe explain they're just like respecting her and dancing towards her.
Well, that's what I've said.
Yeah.
But then she wants to do it back to him. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, well, that sort of brings me back to the point I started with first, and would probably be a good point to end with as well. I think it is that no one really in TLOU really teabags like, oh, who's this girl? Yeah, we're gonna slap some nuts in her face or whatever. That's not the intention of people. It's just like a sort of way to show either your compassion or friendly shit, if that's a word, or your hostility.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of a common gesture now, I think. Yeah. So I don't think they really were like, oh, let's abuse her by what teabagging like what the true definition of teabagging is, but that still can be perceived as such, I think.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the next
yeah,
topic?
let's move on to the next one. I wanted to talk about shout out videos today as well, and
well, Bobbybarks, who wants to talk about a shout out video.
Well, I thought it was good timing to talk about it, considering, I mean, I knew this video was coming from Rolando, so it was good to put it on the podcast for today to talk about it. But I wanted to talk about whether people think they're a good thing or a bad thing, because a lot of people that do shout out videos, and Justin used to get this quite a lot when he did his, you know, he used to do videos back in the early stages of the PS4 release of Factions, where he'd go tell his subscribers to check out another channel, and at that stage in The Last of Us, everyone were pretty close in helping each other out and collaborating and working together on videos.
I got 20 subs from then, I think.
Yeah, well, I think you'll probably had less than 100 at the time, won't you? So
yeah, I had like 60 or so.
Yeah, so it was quite a good percentage. But Justin used to get a lot of dislikes on his videos when he did those.
Yeah, but that's mainly from people like, why not me? Don't you like my videos?
Yeah, maybe so.
So
but I do notice a lot of shout out videos get a lot of dislikes.
Well, what would you think that people would be upset about?
I don't know. I think people subscribe to a channel because they like the content, and maybe they're there to watch the content that the creator's supposed to be creating, rather than creator saying, go check out this.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of, other than what you've said about, well, they haven't nominated my channel, so I'm going to dislike this. I'll be surprised if people do that, because actually there's a lot of young people in this community, isn't there, that are a bit immature about things like that.
Yeah. But you can see, like, when, let's say, someone would get a shout out, and it's like when, for example, Sai would give a shout out, like, we're not like amazing breast fans, so I wouldn't get upset like, what the fuck, Shy? Why don't you give me a Sai? Why don't you give me a shout out? What's this, mate? I wouldn't be like that. But when you feel like you know someone and then you're not getting a shout out, well, you should, in your opinion, then you can get like pretty cropped up with like anger. Is that proper English or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like, oh, why am I still not getting shouted? And this 20 subs YouTuber gets one who's only doing shifts. Sigh. No. So I think they can get pretty upset about that and then just decide to dislike. But of course, disliking is always like a bit too much. But yeah, I can see people thinking like that. I'm not saying that I would think like that, but yeah, it can be argued.
What about you, Sai?
Yeah.
I've given shout outs in the past. I did on my latest vlog, the first one I did. I thought I'd give it a whiz. And I did give a little shout to the tournament, just for the fact that it's, I like the fact it's bringing the community together. And the only other person I've given a shout out to really was Vince, for being Vince M Gaming, for being a good supporter of the channel, and contacted me a long time ago and saying that it looked shite and he would do me some artwork. So I was very pleased with that. But other than that, I don't sit and give shout outs. I don't even put up quality content. I put up stuff that entertains me. So
yeah,
like, you know, I have no interest in pleasing the masses. It's a storage space for me, YouTube. That's literally all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the end, shoutouts, like especially like among bigger communities, are all right. Like when Nick gave you that shout, I was really happy for you, and like, then you really sort of deserved it as well with all the work you put into the tourney. Salmon as well, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And Tactical Nepper. Let's not forget.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, I think they're good. At the end, they'll be good. It's mainly the most people who think they're trash are the ones that didn't get them. Basically, I think.
But, I mean, are you bothered by the amount of? Do you actively go looking for subs?
Me personally, I
yeah,
don't, but I know
are you sitting there
some.
thinking, oh, I wish I had more, or are you happy, or what's your reasons behind your YouTube? Like, why do you
I wish I had
YouTube?
less, to be honest. I'm grateful that people want to do shout outs, and I think the tournament has given YouTubers like Rolando and Nikkei an opportunity to shout out my channel, but that's not why I did the tournament. And I think when I started the tournament I had about 800, just short of 900 maybe subscribers, and that worked for the series that I wanted to do. You know, I think we got, like, if you discount Doc Sosa and all his alt accounts, we had about 64 contestants, which is where we're at now. We're round 3, and it worked really well, and I really enjoyed doing it. And then when I got the shout out from Nikkei and I got a list of a load of people that wanted to join the tournament, and the Google form got released, it just got inundated. And I could not keep up with it at all. And if it hadn't have been for the help of other people within the community, like Saman and Tactical Napper, and I think there were a couple of guys on Twitter as well that names don't spring to mind, that helped with some some messages to participants. It wouldn't. I'd have never got past round 1 because there were just too many people, and I didn't think to limit it at the time because I didn't realise the impact of Nick's shout out, and a lot of the players that subscribed to it, to the tournament, didn't understand the rules or the concept of it either. They just signed up because they saw a video on it and thought it were a good thing, so they signed up to it without realising what they were signing up for. And it just made round 1 particularly a complete logistical nightmare because a lot of players just had gone AWOL by the time it were due to play the game.
Oh yeah, so they just signed up off the back of Nick, basically.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and
that makes sense. Yeah,
I still get people now. The shout out video that Nick did, which is a month, 6 weeks old, something like that. Oh yeah, I'm still getting people commenting on the video, even as early as today, commenting on that video that he told them to go check out, saying, "Hey," so these people are still coming. Obviously not as much as what they were in the first few days of him releasing the video, but they're still coming and still saying, "Oh, can we sign up to the tournament?" And I've noticed just from the Rolando shout out that there were at least 3 or 4 comments before I came live on here saying, "Oh, how do I sign up to the tournament?"
Yeah.
So they're not watching the shout out video properly, or they're not watching the video that I've released today properly to understand what the tournament is. They're just seeing the shout out and sorry, mate, they're just seeing the shout out and thinking, "Oh, I want to be in that."
I think Rolando's shout out in that case is better than Nick's, because you'll see, let's say the ones from Rolando, they stick around and they'll watch all the episodes and the finale and all that, and they're like, "Oh right, I want to do this. I understand the rules and I want to sign up."
Yeah.
And they're probably like, and if they're not interested, they're like, "Oh, what's this shite tournament? Let's get out of here." And then they won't sign up, but you probably won't have to do with them like not responding or forgetting about the tournament simply because that's sort of what happened with Nick. I think people were like so enthusiastic, like, "Hey, I'm gonna sign up for this tournament." Yeah, Nick told me. So they'll sign up, and then like the tournament happens 4 weeks later, because I think we were still in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So and then people are like, "Oh, what's this tournament again?" So they didn't quite really get the rules and sort of what's how the tournament worked. Really, they just were like, "All right, I got to sign up now."
Yeah.
I was sent. So and with Rolando Shadow, they'll probably because I'm not sure, are the signups recorded free open? Not yet, right?
No, I haven't. I purposely kept it back.
Yeah, so that's great. So people will first watch the videos, get an understanding of how the tourney works and how the rules and all that, and then they'll might be debating on whether they should sign up or not.
Mm.
But at least you know that the ones that do sign up, they know how the tourney works, in opposed to the Nick 30 subs who were just signing up out of the blue, basically.
But I mean, it kind of leads me on as to whether shout-outs are worthwhile doing as well. And I know I got a lot of subscribers from Nick coming over, but when you look at the percentages, I think he got about 6,000 views, that video of mine that he told people to go check out.
Yeah, it's got a lot.
Yeah, it's the highest view video on my channel now. On this channel.
Put some AdSense on it.
I have been thinking about monetizing my videos recently, I must admit, after seeing the amount of views they get. There were about 6,000 people that watched it and about 600 that signed up. So there's only like 10% of people that watched the video that actually subscribed. So that was one of the questions I had about shout-out videos as well, is are they worth it? You know, if only 10% of the people that watch it are going to come over and subscribe, is it worth making a shout-out video?
Well, you can make a shout out video for several reasons, like people helping you out with something. Like I did shout outs for Vince, for Vince in the past because he made a banner for my channel, which I still use. So I gave him a shout out for that, and then basically it's sort of I'm happy if my subs are okay with me giving a shout out, and Vince gets at least like one extra video view, so people know. Yeah, I know it's not a lot, but that's the point of doing a shout out, getting people to watch someone else's videos and maybe even sub if they really like it.
Yeah.
And if your own subs don't mind you doing a shout out every now and then, just packed in a bigger video, like just I think I did a commentary on some gameplay, and in the midst of the commentary I was like, oh yeah, by the way, check out Vince M25 games, or so I think as long as the one you're shouting out gets one video view, yeah, then it's successful. And if your own fans don't, or your own subs, like not fans, don't mind, yeah, then it's okay with me, basically. Then the goal has been achieved. And of course you want people to have thousands of subs, but realistically a shout out is successful in that sense, I think.
Yeah, I think the only shout out video I ever did was for Vince and Vaughn, actually, for the channel that you've abducted.
My second channel.
Yeah, that's the only one I can remember actually making a video to do a shout out with. But the tournament videos that I'm doing and the live loadout tryout series that I did way back when, I always tried to make it so that the people that were collaborating with me would, you know, gain some subscribers through doing it. You know, whether they were really small or really big. You know, I appreciate when Sancho's doing commentary. Every one of my subscribers probably knows who Sancho West is, but
yeah, he needs those shoutouts.
You know, but when, you know, people like Vince or Vaughn at the time when he cared about his channel, or other people that were interested in gaining subscribers, you know, I think it works as a collaboration to do things like that. So when I've got somebody doing a commentary on the tournament, I always put a link to the video in the description.
Yeah, that's great indeed. That's one of my most favorite ways of like doing a shout out or getting one.
Yeah.
Sense, like always, just have some input yourself in that channel, so the viewer of the other channel will sort of get an introduction of what you're on about.
Oh
yeah. So they can decide for themselves if they really want to check your channel out or not. If they liked your part of the collaboration in that video.
But that's where I was coming from with the tournament. I wanted it to be a collaboration from other YouTubers, so that it's a community active event rather than just Bobbybarks tournament.
I think that's what's been quite cool about it, to be honest with you. I like the fact that it's felt like a real community thing.
Yeah.
People are talking about it. People are watching it. I was honestly like at work, and I'd come home and I was excited to get a cup of tea on, and just watch the next game. It was like a soap opera for me, nearly. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was genuine like excitement for it. That, you know, there was people still interested in this old game, you know. And yeah, fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. It must have been hard work so far. I know it has been.
It has. Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Thanks. All right, shall we talk about the live update then?
Sorry to interrupt, Bobby. Before we move on to the next topic, we have a caller.
Oh, okay.
Valkyrie 887.
Goodness me! Can't keep away, can he?
He wants to talk about the shout-out videos. So I'm gonna transfer him onto live.
All right. Tell him he's only got a minute.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Is this
what's
the
up?
actual thing? Is this the thing now?
Yes, you're in the thing.
Oh,
You've
hey, I'm in the thing.
Valkyrie. We're limiting you to a minute because we know how you drag on.
No, what are we talking about?
I don't know. What have you called in for?
I told him it's about shout out videos.
Shout out videos.
Oh my god. Okay. I've had so many motherfuckers like, hi, can you give me a shout out? And I look at their channel and it's like one fucking Minecraft video, right? You know? That's some bullshit.
Is that
I don't
Salmon?
give a fuck about
Yes.
you.
Is that Saman's video?
Yes. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, okay, one, listen, a shout out does not instantly mean you get a channel, you know?
Yeah.
Two, have an actual following before you get a shout out. Otherwise, people are gonna check your channel, realize it's dog shit, and then say, why did I waste my time? It ruins the credibility of the person giving the shout out. Three, it has to be the same fan base, you know?
Yep.
Like if I've given fucking Bobby, I've given Mad Circle, I've given all you motherfuckers at least some point at shout out in one of my videos. And you
Yep.
know what? We're in the same audience, so it actually did something. If I said, hey, this is remember when Devlin gave that Trials Fusion guy a shout out? He gave I think 1 sub. Like no one cared. Yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, these fucking shout outs. And it boils down to the fact that people don't want to work for anything. This can go on to a societal rampage from this topic, man. Everybody, what's that song from Dire Straits? You know, money for nothing and sex for free. That's what we're talking about, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Thanks for that, Valkyrie.
In my MTV. All right, y'all have a good. Hey, all y'all old guys, I've seen them live, man. Fuck, it was at Sea of Blue Jeans.
Mhm.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Valkyrie.
The next topic Valkyrie, is about the next topic is about the new patches.
Can I just chill in the call if I mute myself?
I can mute you.
Okay, no. Okay. I mean, I want to be able to chime in briefly if something really important comes up here. I'll just mute myself, okay? I just want to sit in the call. I don't like being in call waiting. That's boring.
Saman, move him into call waiting.
No, fuck.
He's gone.
Can come back. Can come back if we need him, which I'm sure we won't. But did you say we had another caller, Saman?
We do have another caller, but they're going to talk about the patches, so I guess you can go ahead and.
All right, yeah, we'll talk.
ask our
We'll do our bit first then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a live update. I know, Sai, you wanted this on the list of things to talk about, didn't you? Because you have a massive grievance about this live update.
Oh yeah. I have. I'm going to be really honest with you. Look, basically, like we've been calling for ages for Naughty Dog to come and sort this game out. There's a reason we're all still playing this game, right? Is it 4 years on nearly now?
Yeah.
Right, but it is. There's 3 things that annoy me in this game, and there's only 2 things Naughty Dog can do, right, to sort them out. Right, one is lag. It's never going to get sorted. We know that.
Hmm.
Yep. The exploits they're working on, fair dues. The weapon balance still needs sorting out. I'm not saying anything's OP at all, but the costs of things just don't add up to the damage they're doing.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating, and I think they could freshen the game up a lot by just tweaking a few things. You know what I mean? Like the full auto shouldn't be as expensive as it is.
Hmm. All the scoped full auto. Have you seen all the scoped weapons?
Yeah, 800 to upgrade. It's crazy. I just think like I feel. I was really excited when I saw on Reddit that they were like, we want to fix some exploits. I was like, yes, they're going to come back and do something. But to me, they've come back and done it a bit half-assed. Like, and it's not. I don't want to be ungrateful because I'm glad they've come back, but they should have held off on this patch until someone had tested it, because as we all know, that it's brought in some serious problems. And when's the next time we're going to get an update? Is it like, oh, we've just given them something, leave it, and we'll speak to them in 6 months' time? In the meantime, the games are going the way they are at the moment with everybody doing this weapon switch. I ran into it so much last night. You know? It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And somebody should have sat down and tested everything before they released the patch. Like,
well, I'm sure they will have done, but like you said, they'll have done it half-assed.
They have. It's like they've just wanted to shut everyone up, and they'll be back at some point. But in the meantime, we got to sit and put up with this, and it's not on. To me, the game is broken. It really is. But yet people are still buying it.
Yeah.
If a company's still making money off something, it should be up together. Like, it's like I've been playing a lot of Overwatch and Titanfall recently, and like the patches coming in for that, left, right, and center, constant tweaks, constantly looking after their player base.
The newer games,
Naughty
though,
Dog are not providing good service to the people that have paid money for the game, in my opinion.
Well, for me, the multiplayer team at Naughty Dog's are like really small. Quinn and Cobb left as well now, so it's even smaller. I think I have like around 9 people working on Faction or something like that, or working on Uncharted 4 and Factions perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's horrible that they brought that stuff back. And like normally, I'm not the one to call like, oh, this game is broken, but now it really is broken with the weapon switch. Like you can't deny it. Having a shorty with a higher fire rate than the Spectre, like you can't really defend that, in my opinion. And Bobby, that leads me, by the way, to very interesting questions. Are we allowed to use glitches in the 1v1 tourney?
Would you feel that you would have beaten your opponent fairly if you used a glitch?
I would have used everything that is possible in the game. Like
I have not put anything in the rules to say that you cannot exploit a glitch in the tournament.
Yep.
But if you want to use a glitch, if you think you're not good enough to get through without using a glitch, then that's on you. And I will expose you to your ranto.
But you know, someone could have done that. Somebody could have glitched into an ambulance on checkpoint after getting a 1 spawn lead and sat there.
Of course they could.
You know, but it's not against the rules. It would have made a boring video.
It's not against the rules. You could go camp. To be fair, you don't have to do it in a glitch. You could kill somebody and go camp.
Funnier in the glitch, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably get a lot of slack for it though. Like
you would, and if I saw somebody doing it, I would expose you on the video and make you look like a right twat. Because I didn't. To be fair, I didn't put it in the rules because it never crossed my mind, and it won't cross my mind until somebody does it, and I see them doing it, and then I'll think, "Oh, come on, you shouldn't be doing that." And that was the same with the Doc Sosa thing. To be fair, I never put it in the rules that you couldn't play on multiple accounts, and it was only when I discovered they were sending me games in from the same email address or from the same YouTube channel.
We should have guessed because he had the same loadout on every account, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. He didn't even change it up, did he? He played with Frontier, Shorty, Bomb Expert, and Lone Wolf. On
the ballistic helmet.
Yeah, same customization.
Yeah. Then that's pretty dumb. But I just did some extensive research, and I found that Frontier glitch and the Shorty glitch has been patched last night.
Oh, was it?
Last night.
Yeah, have been patched. Sorry.
Right. Then I retract my statement.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah, so now the game's all good again. Let's get out there, kill some fireflies. And
Is that legitimate? Where's that come from?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I've seen my source. Well, I could say take my word, but that wouldn't be that much of a reliable source, I think.
Well, I'd believe you, but I'm not sure the viewers would.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I think there was a live update yesterday. So if you turn on your PS4, lovely ladies and gentlemen, listen to the podcast. check the little live update thingy in the top right corner, and you'll see that it's like 1.27.098 or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's at least one number higher than it was previously. So one number higher than it was 2 days ago. So that's good.
Right.
I think another one of my issues with the patch, it's just coming from someone who plays like 90% of the time plays interrogation, was that fence they put at the top of Lakeside has just basically created another camping spot.
I don't understand why that's there.
Have you tried to attack that box at the top on that side? It was bad enough when someone was constantly sat up on the balcony on that lodge, which, let's be honest, is a really easy place to defend. But not only have you got someone up there now, you've got someone down below who's pretty well protected and can camp.
Okay, I've not actually played an interrogation game on Lakeside since that fence has been there. So I mean, we did talk about it on the last one that it was possible to do that, but then after the podcast, I thought, well, there's that van, and I'm not sure if that van gives you cover from that spot. Does it?
I've tried the thing on a private game. I went down there behind the ladder, and I could easily see the box.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, so the van does not block your view.
Yeah, right, okay.
But like I say, for me, the main issue is I don't think anybody from Naughty Dog is actually actively playing the multiplayer. They can't be. Like, I refuse to believe they are, because to me, like, all the weapons just need a bit of a tweak. I'm not saying anything's OP whatsoever at all, but seriously, costs of stuff needs to be looked at. And I think, like, especially now, because obviously, well, we don't know there's going to be a multiplayer for The Last of Us 2, but this game should be nearly spot on now as advertisement for their next product, in my opinion. And it's not.
Yeah.
But people are still buying into this. People are still paying money for it. And I just think it could freshen the game up and just balance things up a little bit. You know, that's all we've ever wanted, is a bit of a balanced game. You know, without any exploits. You know, that's all I've ever wanted. Like I say, I know the lag can't be fixed, and we have to put up with that. And the lag to me still makes a funny video sometimes. You know, so it's always a bonus from that. You know, but yeah, I just like I say, I don't think anybody at Naughty Dog is actively playing, which is annoying because I don't think they're I just don't know. I don't think they're listening to people. I just think things just need a little tweak.
The problem is that Quinton Cobb, who was actually the most interactive dev on social media with the community, has now left, and there's nobody to interact with. I've actually tweeted, is it Scott Lowe that is the senior communications manager
or something? I think he's on there.
I think Scott Lowe, is the guy that posted the message on the PlayStation forum. And he left a link to his Twitter on there. So I started following him, and I've tweeted him tonight and asked him if he's aware of some of the issues that have been caused around this live update, which it sounds like he might be if he's fixed these two glitches you're talking about, Jesse.
By the way, for everyone listening, send in a screenshot of a developer tweeting to Nikkei30 that the exploits were fixed. So just as a proof. Let me think. I found your thoughts pretty interesting, so it's still funny to hear anyways what you think of glitches being used in the tournament. There was something interesting I wanted to say, but I forgot it for a bit whilst I was I know it again. I don't think they'll be updating TLOU again very soon. I think this was just like a really quick fix before they'll have to focus on Uncharted Lost Legacy, because multiplayer comes with that DLC. Right. So they'll probably bring. That's like the last hope for Uncharted 4 in terms of like the general public, or I mean for Naughty Dog in terms of like getting a widespread public playing the game. So I think they'll be focusing on getting the multiplayer really good on Uncharted 4 now, and their focus is less on TLOU now that the DLC is coming up with multiplayer included. Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy coming out 26th August, something like that. Yeah.
But see, this is what I mean about it seems a bit like a half-assed patch to me, in the fact that like it's just chuck that to them, that'll shut them up, the factions community. Do you know what I mean? I understand they're working on Uncharted 4, and I understand it must take a lot of time, etc. But I just think like, don't push out a patch that's angering people.
Well, I think the only decent thing they've fixed is the only decent thing they fixed is the suburbs glitch, isn't it? I'm not sure.
Definitely, that was game breaking. But the thing is, there's still, again, most of these glitches I find are mainly useful in interrogation, which I play a lot. There's still like there's one on Wharf where you can see through the containment ship, shipment container, sorry, that the box is in and shoot. Do you know what I mean? It's a game breaker. That's still there. You've got the one where you can defend the box on Financial Plaza from basically like across the other side of the map by standing on the windowsill.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows about. You can nearly defend the box from there. Again, it's game-breaking glitches that can't be that hard to sort out.
Yeah,
it's just frustrating, you know. Like just do one big patch and then never come back, as far as I'm concerned. But just sort it out.
Yeah, but like you say, the problem is they make a patch and cock something else up when they're fixing something.
But this is what I'm saying. They obviously couldn't have play tested this. I don't think anyone's genuinely playing it. Just looked like they're chucking an object in. Like, for example, the smoke glitch. They just chuck some desks inside an ambulance. You can still glitch onto it. Yeah. It's not really sorted anything out to a point, is it? I mean, chuck something there and that. It's not a fix, man.
Do we know why the fence is there on Lakeside? Was there a glitch there somewhere? Is that why they put the fence?
Apparently, you could see straight down through the map. I've never seen anybody shoot from like down the map from there, and I've never seen anything from there myself, and that's the honest truth. I was surprised when that was put there.
Maybe it's just in Chinese lobbies or something.
Have you seen the health kit replacement on checkpoints?
They've moved it from one corner to the other, haven't they? They've moved it about a centimetre.
Okay. All right.
That-
That's weird.
Don't know why.
Out about TLOU multiplayer for TLOU 2, of course, so you get like a sort of good promotion. I think most people that will buy TLOU 2 won't be playing it for, let's say, 3-4 years. Like probably us, we'll probably do it. But the average gamer will probably play it 1 year if they really like it, the multiplayer that is, and then move on to the next Destiny, Black Ops, or not Black, I mean Call of Duty. Couldn't talk
Do
about it
not
from
say that
but,
gaming in here.
Yeah, I mean a codfish, but so but I think people, let's say they'll be like, oh, what's this Last of Us 2? It does have a multiplayer. Oh, the Last of Us actually had a multiplayer. Like, not a lot of people know, but they'll look for a video on YouTube and they'll see Sancho West playing probably, or like some tips and tricks. I don't know, and they'll be like, wow, this game's great. But most of the people aren't gonna be like, let me go on Reddit and ask how many glitches there are in this game. And then if people are like, well, it's kind of, it does have a lot of glitches, then they'll probably still buy it for the single player. What I think that people will like, the most common opinion about TLOU multiplayer is, wow, didn't expect it to be that fun and that good for a slapped on, tacked on multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
people will probably read those comments more than they'll read like, oh, you can swap weapons and sort of shoot really fast. Or, yeah, I don't know. What's a frontier rifle again? So they'll probably focus more on like the people saying, yeah, TLOU 1 multiplayer was really great. It was so unexpected, but it was so good. Kept me playing for 2 years. So people are like, wow, this is quite something. Must get into this multiplayer, at least try it out one time. And I think people won't be like, oh, hands off this multiplayer, lots of exploits, like in the last one. And I still think it's relatively, the exploits aren't that huge or like that. Well, they're pretty huge, but they aren't that much. Like there aren't that many exploits as there are in some other games where there's more people playing it, so more people finding things all of a sudden. So I think that TLOU 2 multiplayer in terms of promotion will be pretty fine, especially when people hear that the last update was still done like almost 4 years after the game released. So there will still be some good promotion, like just the fact that they did an update will probably, people won't be like, oh, let's read the patch notes real quick. They'll probably like, oh, they still do updates for the game. That's pretty amazing. So I think they'll have good promotion.
I just feel that, like I say, some of the balancing issues and exploits not being sorted may leave a lot of people who've been very supportive of this game over the last 4 years just feeling a bit jaded. And I just think, like I say, I just wish, I just hope that they would just finally sort it out. You know what I mean? Just a bit of a payback to the people who've supported the game and that are still playing it, you know, and still advertising it for Naughty Dog, you know. But yeah, no, I'm still open about Factions 2, to be honest with you. I hope they don't move too far away from how it is now, to be honest with you, because like there is a reason we're all still playing this game. It is good. Like I say, I'm not, you know, slating it. I play daily nearly, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just worry that they're gonna step too far away from how it is now, you know. And I don't know. Like I say, I just worry they're just gonna turn out like Uncharted 4. That's my fear.
Uncharted 4 was pretty good, right? Like the thing is, with Uncharted 4, like lots of people came from Uncharted 3 and expected all these things, but they didn't really happen. So that's the main thing we should be careful for.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, they had like 3 years of hype when first Uncharted 4 was announced. They were like, oh my god, Uncharted 4 is going to be so good. So many jump snipes, so many awesome clips, cinema mode, yes! And then it got released and it was like pretty crappy and didn't feel like Uncharted at all. And it looked a lot like Last of Us. And boy, we all hate Last of Us multiplayer here in Uncharted.
But I think that's where they got it wrong, didn't they? They tried to incorporate things from the Last of Us multiplayer into it.
Like the revive,
yeah.
That they should never have done because it's not part of Uncharted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think they should have done it either. And the thing is, like, it was too much Last of Us for Uncharted players, and it was too less Last of Us for TLOU players. So that's mainly why a lot of people quit playing in basically the first month. I still really like it, by the way.
Okay.
I will say, like, again, this is the same for TLOU for me as well. Is I think when I remember playing a game with you actually, Jesse, on Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
It was the first time I played in like a private match, and it was such a different experience to playing in public lobbies, which I think also translates in TLOU, like, you know.
Yeah,
So, there is a good game there in Uncharted 4. It's just that you don't find it in Publix for me.
Yeah. Okay, doke. We have a caller apparently, Saman, that wants to talk about patches.
Yeah, her name is Star Charms. So
Okay, doke.
Oh, should we call her Star or Charms? Hello, Star Charms.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what? I mean, like, hey, what's up, girl? Star Charms,
Hello.
what's up? Okay.
I heard a male voice say hello then, and I panicked.
Yeah, like, hello, I'm Star Charms. Okay.
Hello,
you
Star
doing?
Charms.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you all right?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
I finally got this to work. Yay! Took like 20 days.
20 days.
It's a long
Have-
time.
Have you got a question for us?
It's not a massive question, but it's more of the excitement of when they put the bit of wood in Lakeside and patched up suburbs. But you've already been chatting about suburbs, so I kind of got a bit disappointed. And I was like, oh no, that's my thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
okay,
that's
next
that. I think like we said before you came on, I think the best thing about the update that they did was solve that suburbs glitch, which was a long time coming, considering the first suburbs glitch with a smoke bomb in the staircase was patched pretty quickly, but this one seemed to take forever. So out of the whole live update, I think that's definitely the best thing that they've done. I don't know why the wood in the fences there. I think it might have been you, Si, that mentioned earlier there was an aim glitch from there that some people exploited, but none of us were aware of that. So
Yeah, apparently you could stand on that wall and aim at a certain angle, and you'd be able to see through all the buildings, much like the suburbs.
Oh right, okay. I never
But
knew that.
I never knew about that one.
No, I didn't
No, me
either.
neither.
No.
By the time you play the game, you
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
These old timers don't know that stuff anymore.
Did you know about that,
It was
Jesse?
on-
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they've patched the Financial Plaza one actually, where you can stand on the windowsill.
Oh.
there are two in
Because there's
Financial
quite a
Plaza
few. Well,
Yeah.
there's one in the room with the
warehouse.
yeah. You've got that one. You've got the one at the hot dog stall, the hot dog shop. I don't know what it's called. Can't remember the title of that shop. And there's another one at the garage where you could see through the van into the bookcase.
Yeah, I
with the
remember
store.
that one. Yeah.
So I wonder if they've been patched up. I haven't actually checked or
Nope.
looked.
They are still intact.
Are they?
Oh no.
Did they actually list them, Sam? And I know they listed the maps that they'd sorted some glitches out on. Was Financial Plaza not on that list?
No, it was not. Jimmy messaged them with a lot of glitches and stuff.
I saw that on
And-
Reddit when they first asked. Jimmy sent a
They
load
put
of
the
things in.
discs because of Jimmy, to be honest. Inside
Yeah, but
the
they did.
ambulance.
They still didn't list Checkpoint within the maps that they'd solved the glitches on. Checkpoint wasn't in the
Right,
list.
what's wrong with Checkpoint?
You can glitch into one of the ambulances with Bomb Expert.
Oh, I
There's
still
a
haven't
worse one
tried
than
that
that.
out. Someone else was telling me about that, but I've not actually had fun trying that.
Mm,
Yeah.
no.
There's a worse one. There, I don't think it's been patched. I'll check later on. But the actual map hack on Checkpoint, as far as I know, is still there. Yeah, where you can basically everything disappears.
Did
Everything
they patch up the healing?
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have,
they've
yeah.
patched up the healing.
Oh, so sad.
Was
I
that your
love
favourite
'cause
exploit?
If you're shooting someone, yeah, if you're shooting someone, I've got like a particular person that I play with, and all they do is heal me. So they'll be healing me like super quick.
All
And then
right.
the other day they was taking their time, and I was like, you really need to put on healer 2. And they was like, I have. And I was like, you can't have. I was like, because you're really slow. And they was like, no, I have.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no, they've patched the bloody thing up.
yeah.
It has kind of ruined the fun of running medic, because I actually quite enjoy running medic every now and again. It's
Definitely.
quite
I
I
agree with
like the
that.
challenge of trying to keep everybody up, but it's kind of
Yeah.
made medics redundant to a point. You forget how slow it is without that glitch. To be fair,
Mm.
Maybe
I
they
know
need
it's
to do
abused for
another
people.
patch, but to like add an extra one, add an extra point
Maybe
to
just
spend
speed it
of
up.
it that quick. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mm.
because I know people boosted with it. I've done it in the past as well. I'm sure everybody has, but it was mainly like to keep your team on their feet. It was ace keeping someone up as they're getting shot.
I think the medic role in general though has become a bit redundant in the game these days. You don't really see it that often.
But then I think
It's kind of like a
I think
nurse in
that's
NHS.
because- Yeah, but I think that's because of the way that the game's played has changed anyway. People aren't sort of stealthing about like they were and being cautious. It has become quite run and gun.
Well, unless they're
It's
brand
very
new.
very far away from how the game started out now. As it is at the moment.
They should drop first aid training 3 to 5 loadout points now. They've done away with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Actually, it's not worth it anymore, is it?
No.
No, it's not.
You die too quick if you've got someone behind you healing you.
Just with those for those 40 parts or 20 parts. You only got like an extra 40 parts, right, from the glitch?
Yeah, it was something
Yeah,
like
I
that. It
think it
wasn't
was.
much. You just got
Yeah,
healed quicker,
yeah,
though, didn't
from
you?
the
That was the
fast
thing.
healing. Yeah,
Mm.
when I first made like a YouTube channel, I was planning to do like Last of Us Mythbusters and all that. So I did so many things like testing out. I spent an hour, maybe even two, trying to shoot a launcher shell out of the air.
Right.
Oh, to see if it would explode, and it wouldn't, or it is really bad. But so I had like 3 snipers trying to shoot it out of the air. But so I also tried to look for that fast healing glitch, and all I did was give like 40 parts extra when you had first aid training 3 and 20 if you had first aid training 2.
Right. Yeah. Okay, doke.
Crazy.
Do you have any other questions for us, Star?
It's going to take too long for me to think of anything. But I have got a little bit of a funny story about the suburbs glitch.
All right. Okay.
So after they patched it, I was in a game a couple of days ago, well, yesterday, and there was a guy for, I'm not even kidding you, for a full 8 minutes trying his best to get into that glitch. And in the end, like I was in a private party chat, and in the end I came out and I was like, dude, they fixed that glitch. And I was like, you might as well just give up trying. And then the next match was the bloody suburbs again, and he tried the whole game
Tried again.
The amount of times he died, and he didn't cotton on that it was new, and he was a level 872. So like,
Oh,
surely
God.
he
It
should
won't
cotton on.
unblock a zippity zap, was it?
No.
All right. Okay.
Funny.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks for finally getting me on. I finally figured it out. And
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
Yes, it was worth the wait. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for your question.
Right, cool.
Star.
Cheers.
Thanks. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
Have we got any other callers apart from Valkyrie, Simon?
No. We have.
Is Valkyrie wanting to come back on?
Yeah, you want to talk about the glitches and the patch?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, why can't Valk have like Star's problems with mic and stuff?
Okay, should I transfer him?
Transfer him, but tell him he's got a minute. Limited to him.
All right, Val. 1 minute, go.
Valkyrie, you're back on live.
Why am I on the thing? What?
You're live again. You've got a minute.
What's going on? I'm still driving. What are we talking about?
Glitches.
Glitches? Oh,
The
dude,
new
I'm a
patch.
god at glitches. All right, listen, I still have this video. It's unlisted on my channel called Glitchopedia. It's like 15 glitches that have never been found or patched. I could just release hell at any minute, man.
Do it. Release it.
Fuck, I'll hit it publish right now.
You're publishing it right now.
Press notification squad turn up. No, man, but yeah, there's one on downtown, a couple on beach, or not beach. Yeah, there's one on beach, 2 on beach that were never found, one on water. I think there was a couple on Financial Plaza. Oh man, it was like 15 minutes, and it was just like every glitch that was ever found. It was all in one video. It was great. But yeah, no, man, that glitches were fucking wild. It's funny because they kept trying to patch the game, but every time they patched it, they just made it fucking worse. I never understood the supreme problem with glitches. The game is 3 years old. People are just having fun. We're trying to play everything but the game. That's what we're doing to keep it alive. By squashing that, you're killing it.
All right, before we kick you back out again,
I'm still going.
I want to ask you a question.
Oh.
Shut up a minute.
Okay, fine. All right, look.
What was your favourite glitch?
Oh, dude. Okay. The one with the giraffes, because that one was great. Okay, look. The thing is, when you asked me that question, like I brought all of these glitches into existence. So, like, okay, let me see. The wharf glitch was great because I straight up said "fuck you, Q-Train" in it, and he got real upset about that and blocked me. The bus depot one was that's the OG, and then I broke it again and found the other one. I'd say the giraffe glitch was good, but the wharf glitch though was great. And when I make this video public, you'll see why, because I went all the way to the edge of the map, all the way out to the edge. Right. I just kept going and walked all the way out to the edge of the wharf, and No, you can just keep walking like into the ocean. It's amazing. And me and Stormal ran at each other, and I had that music, you know, dun 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 dun, and I made it fucking this dramatic slow motion as we ran at each other, and then.
What, you actually edited?
Yeah, I edited.
Did you? Have you figured Share Factory's power out?
Dude, this was like 2 years ago when I made this video. It's been private this whole time. I've been waiting until they stopped releasing patches. I think now is the time.
Now is definitely the time, Valkyrie. Release it.
Because they just released a patch. Like, hey, we fixed everything. Middle finger. Dude, I fuck with the bow. Bitch.
Yeah, thanks, Valkyrie. See you later.
Thank you.
See ya.
I think we're ready for wrapping it up, unless there's any quick questions, Saman, that anyone's left with you.
Nope. I don't see any more questions.
Okie doke. That is a wrap then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those of you that came on live and asked your questions. Special thanks to my guests, Jessevdmuelen. Is that right?
I'll take it. Just call me Jesse, please.
Jesse. Special thanks to Jesse and Sai 909.
Just call me Kev.
Just call me Kev.
Just call me Kev.
Fair enough. Kev. That is it, and we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, back home.
Bye for now.